Now, whether you hold your cryptocurrency on a cold storage wallet like Ledger or you're on a centralized exchange like Coinbase, these centralized exchanges going bankrupt have a very heavy impact on the price. And it doesn't matter if you're looking at Bitcoin, if you're looking at Shiba Inu coin, if you're looking at Terra Luna Classic or Ethereum, all of the prices are dependent on whether or not we can convert cryptocurrency to fiat currency. Think about it, guys. If you go back 10, 15 years, well, not all the way to 15 years, but if you go back to the beginning of crypto and when Bitcoin first launched, people had to sell 10,000 or trade 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 Papa John's pizzas because there were no centralized exchanges giving Bitcoin a value. If all of these cryptocurrencies exchanges fail, if they all go bankrupt, we could be ending up in the same exact spot where we have to find a buyer, we have to find a seller if we want to buy and sell crypto, and that could really deteriorate the price. But it could send crypto back to what it was originally intended to be, a currency. Now, in this video, I want to talk about the risks of Coinbase going bankrupt. We're going to look at some of the fundamentals, we're going to look at its financial information, and we're going to determine whether or not we think Coinbase is at risk of going bankrupt. So if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2022 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. And look, if you're brand new to investing, you don't know how or where to buy stocks and crypto, you got a link in the description below for Webull. It is super simple to set up your account. Any deposit, you guys are getting 6 free stocks, $1 crypto trade, gets you $5 in free crypto, and we are on a massive dip. If it turns out that this is the bottom, you guys could be getting in at the perfect time. If not, we might have a long way to go down. So let's talk about this because I do believe Coinbase filing for bankruptcy in the event that it does, right? We haven't determined that it will yet, is really going to be hard on the price of all cryptos across the board. Guys, let's start with looking at Coinbase's user statistics. It's got roughly 89 million people signed up for the app. Now that is, to my knowledge, more than any other centralized exchange. 89 million people is an absolute mammoth of an exchange. It is the largest that is out there. Now, if an exchange like Voyager that goes down with roughly 3 million users, it's got an effect, yes, on the overall sentiment of the crypto space and how easily they can hold your money hostage. But nonetheless, with 3 million in comparison to 89 million, Coinbase is so much larger that people begin to think it's invincible. People begin to think that, well, Voyager was just a little fly-by-night type of exchange, and anybody that was using that deserves to... No. Nobody using that deserves to have their money held as hostage. There are some things associated with leverage. We're going to talk about those here in a second that led to the problems for some of these smaller exchanges. But Coinbase could absolutely be there too. If Coinbase does go under, and 89 million people have their cryptocurrencies held for ransom by Coinbase, it is going to be catastrophic for the price of cryptocurrency. I don't care if you're talking about Shiba, if you're talking about Luna Classic, if you're talking about Bitcoin itself, it will be catastrophic for the price of cryptocurrency. So please be careful and just make the decision in advance whether or not you want to hold on a centralized exchange. Even if it's not Coinbase, it's still going to have effect on the overall price of crypto. So make that decision now, whether you want to hold on a decentralized, cold storage, or a centralized exchange before we ever get to that point. But let's talk about Coinbase's fundamentals and some of their financials out there so we can even determine. They had a very, very difficult first quarter where they lost roughly $2 per share. Now, you might be thinking that's not very much. $2 loss per share, that's okay. They can stomach that. Analysts were expecting a positive, I think it was roughly 50 cents, positive expectation per share. So they were going to earn roughly 50 cents per share, and they lost about $2 per share. This is a major difference and indicates that they are not able to keep any retained earnings. Their earnings are negative, and therefore they are eating into their savings, or they are eating in and building up more debt as time moves on. Now, here's the interesting part. They will have their earnings report. They will release earnings expected on August 9th. Now, that's if you go out to the NASDAQ and look when they expect the earnings release to be. And that could change. I mean, it could come a little sooner. It could come a little later than that. But analysts currently are expecting an even greater loss per share. Earnings expectations are in the $2 to $3 range. Loss, not positive earnings, but negative earnings of roughly $2 to $3 per share right now. And some analysts are even expecting the $4 to $5 range per share as a loss. Guys, I believe that those numbers could be correct. The cryptocurrency market has continued to come down since the first quarter. Bitcoin has gone from $30,000 to $20,000. Shiba Inu coin has dropped from 2,000 points per coin to 1,000 points per coin. Across the board, we've seen roughly 40 to 50% losses in these cryptocurrencies since the beginning of the year. And that's going to take an effect or have an effect on the users and on Coinbase's earnings. We have to remember that Coinbase makes money in a couple different ways. They make money by allowing you to transact. Every transaction that takes place on their platform, they earn a fee. That is providing the service of being able to buy and sell cryptocurrency, and therefore that's where they make the revenue. Now, if they get into trouble the same way that Voyager did, if they are leveraging our deposits, anytime you and I make a deposit on Coinbase, whether we buy Bitcoin, whether we buy Shiba Inu coin, whether we buy Ethereum, it doesn't matter what coin you buy, they are lending that out. And if they've over leveraged in a way that Voyager did, it could be the demise of Coinbase. Now, I know they're doing everything they can right now to reduce the workforce and lean down so that they can make it through these difficult times and hopefully salvage some sort of a gain at the end of their income statement there, but it is not going to be easy. Some things we're going to be looking for in the earnings report are earnings per share, yes, to see how much they're either going to eat into their savings or how much they're going to be taking on in new debt. We're looking at active users to see if people are flocking towards their company because they're a big cryptocurrency, a big centralized cryptocurrency exchange, or if people are leaving their exchange and moving towards current or cold wallets. So we need to see these active users and current users so we can get a better understanding of how well they're going to be able to maintain their revenue and what the current sentiment is out in the cryptocurrency market. Revenue is also going to be a big one. We would imagine that revenue is going to continue declining through the second quarter, and once we get this earnings report, we'll be able to see. Guys, they're sitting on some cash. It's not like they're completely insolvent at this point. They may not have leveraged themselves in the same way, but what they have done is warned everybody in their first quarter earnings report that in the event that they do file bankruptcy, you will be considered an unsecured, just general creditor with no claim to your money. Now, that is about as scary as it gets because we've already seen Celsius, Vold, Three Arrows Capital, and Voyager go down. There's nothing to say that Coinbase can't be next other than the fact that they're too big to fail. And guys, that is a very scary statement to make, knowing that cryptocurrency exchanges are not regulated. This money is not backed by the government. And a part of me feels that the government wants to see cryptocurrency fail so that they can come in and save the day with a US digital dollar. I want to know what you guys think, though. Do you think that Coinbase is at risk of going bankrupt? I think it's at risk of going bankrupt. Whether or not it will, I do not know. But I do think that it is a risk at this point. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, if this button right here is still red, make sure to click it, subscribe to the channel, join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. You guys got ClayBro883 on Twitter and Instagram, 6 free stocks on Webull. And until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.